Kath and Mikey podcast. I'm Mikey.
And I'm Kath.
And today we're talking about Aladdin.
Aladdin 2019.
2019.
I like to call it Aladdin the CGI remake, but that's just me.
Yeah, that's not unreasonable. I was I wrote down, I was going to write down 2020, but then I remembered I was in the theater when I watched this.
Oh.
Before the Dark Times.
The Dark Times, yeah.
Yeah.
No, actually, apparently it came out the same year as The Lion King. Very ambitious year.
Very ambitious.
Yeah.
Full of original ideas.
So many. Well, in the Disney side, I guess, you can be sarcastic because Star Wars 2019 is when The Mandalorian came out.
That's true.
So.
Can't be mad at The Mandalorian.
Can't be mad about that.
Especially after recent developments that made lots of people cry.
Yeah. Made me cry. But in a good way. And
yeah.
That's good.
For no reason.
No reason
in case
whatsoever.
you haven't seen it.
No spoilers. Although there will be Aladdin spoilers, so.
There's no way somebody found a podcast buried this deep in YouTube and hasn't seen The Mandalorian.
No, it's digging deep. Shall we start?
Yeah, do you want to?
I have notes, and these were taken as I was watching it, probably as you did.
Same,
Unlike
yeah.
Mulan, where I sat down and jotted down my general idea. So I have beef. The beef here is more specific.
Beef. Organic, grass-fed beef.
Grass-fed too. The cows are all called Fred.
See, I'm gonna cut that out because I never mess up words.
No. Neither do I. You say it in perfect English.
Yeah, I know that.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows that.
Everyone knows that. Well, we can start from the top.
Did you do positives and negatives? Is that what you did last time?
I did do that last time, but here...
You're just gonna go as it came?
I'm just gonna go at it.
Okay.
We can start from the beginning.
We're on the same page.
And my first question is, why is there a boat? That was my first question.
No, but see, that's explained at the end of the movie.
I know it's explained at the end of the movie. I think that we can do a side-by-side comparison of the original, the animated version of Aladdin,
mm-hmm.
and this 2019 version. And for me, the boat kind of, and what I mean by the boat, I mean the whole point that the story is being told by the genie to his kids. The genie has kids now.
So it's not so much the boat, it's what the boat's in place of.
Exactly, what the boat represents. It took away the magic of that this is a story taking place in Arabian Nights. Which Arabian Nights, the book Arabian Nights, my parents have read to me 1001 Nights, which is probably not the proper name in English, but
Arabian
it's how I know.
Nights?
Yeah.
Sounds like a nautical adventure to me.
Definitely. And how I felt it was that it took away that magic that brought in the beginning. It's in darkness and you're going through the streets
mm-hmm.
of this place you don't know yet, and
he's also talking to you.
Exactly, he's talking to you, the viewer. He wants to pull you into
mm-hmm.
this story. It makes you feel like you're part of this thing that's full of mystery and wonder, and it created, I thought the whole scene in the beginning of Aladdin, it created this atmosphere
mm-hmm.
that maybe it's just the nostalgia talking, but it really felt it kind of gave meat, a certain type of meat to sink your teeth into this story that was going to happen. And even if you've seen it many times, as I have and as you have, every time I watch that first scene of when they sing Arabian Nights, I get goosebumps.
Really?
I'm excited. I'm always excited by that first scene. But here, when it's just I just wrote down, what is happening with this intro? What's happening here?
It's so hard to differentiate, right? Because our childhoods are intertwined with these movies.
Of
so
course,
I wonder,
yeah.
if if the roles were reversed, would I be wondering, where's the boat?
Exactly.
Where's the boat? I liked the boat and the mystery that it brought to the opening of this movie.
It didn't bring any mystery, though, to the opening of that movie. It was just like, it was so bright. Everything was so bright.
Well, why are Will Smith's children here? That's a mystery.
Who are these kids? Why is Will Smith singing that weird?
Is this what happened after The Pursuit of Happiness?
I think that right off the bat, that was not his best song in the movie.
The auto-tune is strong with that song.
Oh, it's strong.
Yeah.
Not with the force, but with the auto-tune.
Like, I think when he says, nights, is like
Nights.
when... Yeah. The robot is like, let me correct this pitch.
Nights.
Team at Disney fixing the audio.
So
We're just
Jesus
like, ooh.
Christ.
Ooh.
And... I mean, I'm not, like, I like Will Smith. I just want to say that.
By the way, I don't mind the auto-tune. I don't care. Like, it's
Okay.
better than if he did it naturally and it sounded like shit.
Yeah, that's the thing about auto-tunes.
It doesn't sound as good as natural, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah, but, however, despite that, it shows that it's a very different... It's not going to be a very different movie, but it shows how colorful it's going to be. Like the color scheme is definitely going to be more bright.
One of the first things that I wrote was that the costuming is actually really good in this movie.
The what? Sorry.
The costuming.
Oh yeah, they could have. I feel like they could have gone literally off the book.
Yep.
I don't know if they were trying to. It really has like very good influence from where this story would take place.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looks very pretty. Jasmine's dress is beautiful.
Yeah. And her classic outfit or whatever. At first, I remember being bothered the first time I saw it that it's like, bejeweled.
Bejeweled.
But thinking about it now, I think it's a good thing because they managed to avoid making it look like cosplay.
Like cosplay or costumey.
Which is the danger.
Yeah, and I think the costumes fit this version of Jasmine. It's not the same version of Jasmine that we're accustomed to, obviously. But I think it really did fit her. I don't know what other comments you have from the beginning.
Well, we went over the auto-tune. Definitely wrote that down. I wrote down that the covers are actually pretty hype. I'm gonna be honest. I think a lot of these song covers are good.
Oh, yeah. They're good. I wasn't expecting them to be as good as they were. I was impressed.
Especially, like, the instrumentation. Like, it just hits you sometimes in the right spots.
And it's like, whoa, damn. And even the... I can't say the same about the visuals going with the songs, but I think they knew their strong suits, which I admire. And they knew that Friend Like Me and A Whole New World had to be
needed to nail it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You can do whatever the fuck you want with the rest, but those two, you need to nail it. On the one hand, like Friend Like Me, I thought both the song and the choreography were pretty good, and I think Will Smith did a pretty good job.
He looks like he's having fun.
Oh yeah, it was so fun. I watched it.
Yeah.
I stopped what I was doing. to watch the choreography, which was perfect. It's like, it's not the same.
You're showing your hand that you're mostly listening to it and going, fuck this.
I do that.
But I did write down that I think Friend Like Me has the best choreography of any song, and I think it's because it's almost entirely CGI. Mm-hmm. When they're just working with the actors, I think that's when they get in trouble. Yeah,
but even then, despite my quarrels and qualms with CGI Will Smith, which I'll get into later, I think that the CGI worked really well with that song. I was surprised.
Yeah.
I honestly was surprised. It's not the same as Robin Williams, rest in peace. Robin Williams' version of it, which is so fun. I love that song. But it's like it has its place there, right next to it. It could have its place.
It feels like a cover.
it feels like a cover, and it's fun to look at while they're singing it.
And it's
a fun scene.
Faithful enough that you can sing along if you want to.
Yeah, but also it still has. It's not an exact copy. It still has like a that's Will Smith flavor all over it a bit.
Yeah.
He doesn't like go too much into the rap. He saved the rap for the credits.
Fresh spices, if you will. It's not funny.
No. And I still laughed. Oh, gosh.
How dare you?
How dare I?
You really need to put me in my place sometimes. Like, not in public.
But, let's see. I still like it. But the other, sorry, I caught you off, but I was going to talk about the other song that I thought was good was A Whole New World. But I thought the sound was how it sounded was good.
Yeah.
The actors, they do their own singing, correct?
I'm pretty sure. And they don't sound very auto-tuned. I'm sure there's a little bit of trickery, but they sound good.
Yeah, they seem to be pretty good singers, and they already, But, well, the sound was good. I didn't really... wasn't that into the graphics. It looked pretty dark to me.
It was.
I know it was in the night. It's a scene in the night, but I feel like I don't know if it's because it's easier with animation to make it dark and also make it beautiful and shiny and star bright.
It's totally easier with it. Well, I don't know because the actors weren't riding a magic carpet, so
obviously
you could have made that look however you wanted, and maybe that's. They shot themselves in the foot with the stylistic choice that they went with. Because if this was, more I don't know what you would call it, hyper fantasy, then they would have made a different choice with, the colors of the sky and, the colors of Agrabah.
Yeah.
But they tried to find a mix between colorful cartoon, again, kind of like Mulan, they tried to find a mix between colorful cartoon and realism. And I think trying to ground it hurts some of the stuff that's supposed to be more grand and epic. And the green screen hurts it. Green screen can be really rough sometimes.
No, yeah, I agree.
But I wanted to mention, I'm confused by the Cave of Wonders. And it's because in the cartoon, this was a hidden thing. You had to summon it. And it came out of the ground.
Yeah.
And another thing that was cool was that it moved. It spoke.
Yeah.
In this, it's completely stiff.
And it's just there.
But it's just there, which is where the confusion comes in. There's this big-ass cave that's shaped like a panther or a tiger or whatever it is. Maybe a saber-tooth? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I can't.
But obviously that's interesting. So many people would have tried to go in there. Why would you not grab any of the treasure in there? How has it not collapsed before this point?
See, you're trying logic here. It doesn't serve you very well.
Okay. Does it only spew lava after you grab the lamp and try to get treasure? Because that must be it. Because if it spews lava every time somebody grabs treasure, then there's nothing in there. Empty cave. Cave of nothing. That's what it's called. You don't have to answer me, by the way.
I don't know. I'm not sure. There's some of the logic that I feel like by changing some things like this, it seems, or maybe they summoned it off camera. I'm not sure. I'm not.
I don't like when you have to make excuses.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like by changing some of these things like that, like no summoning involved for to reveal the Cave of Wonders, you're exposing both the plot holes in this movie and the other movie. The animated movie.
But how does that expose any holes about the Cave of Wonders in the animated movie?
I guess just this movie, because in the animated movie you had to summon it, correct?
You had to summon it.
No, yeah.
Yeah. But lava only seemed to come out after he took the lamp as well. Because remember at the
when
beginning,
you get distracted.
Jafar put that thief in the cave and it immediately ate him. Mm-hmm. Oh no. It's if the diamond in the rough grabs treasure. Because you're not even allowed entrance if you're not the diamond in the rough. I forgot about that aspect.
No, yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, okay.
I hadn't forgotten, but I was still wondering about the summoning. I thought the summoning, either having to summon it versus just being there was the problem. I thought that would be the problem. Because anyone would be trying to get it in. Really.
Huh.
Unless they're all,
like
none of them are diamond in the roughs.
Yeah.
And they try to get in.
Aladdin's
so
the most special.
like,
it's because he's handsome.
It's because he's the main character. So yeah.
He's handsome and he steals things.
Oh.
If that doesn't say worthiness, I don't know what does.
No,
you could probably pick up Thor's hammer.
Aladdin can pick Thor's hammer. That's going to be in Thor 4. Love and Thunder.
Genie, I wish to be worthy.
Genie.
I like Selfish Abu. How you see the poor kids and it's like, oh, so sad. And Abu just like immediately hides food under his hat.
Oh.
Just like, I'm hungry too, actually.
Oh yeah, we can get to the scene in what's the place called actually? Because I think I wrote Agrabah, but I was thinking of, Ababwa, and then
it's Agrabah.
It's Agrabah. Okay, yeah. I was right. It's just I'm thinking of Ababwa, but Agrabah.
Actually, it's a soundstage, but it's Agrabah, yeah.
Yeah. Let's start with the scenes in Agrabah. My first note is there's the bag of dates scene where he tries to get food and all she gives him is a bag of dates, and I'm like, oh, I guess bread didn't exist, but there was a scene with bread too. I don't know. I don't remember.
Bread totally existed, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't remember the scene, the bag of dates. That was added, correct? Right?
Honestly, I don't remember the bag of dates.
Okay.
But yeah, it would be added. There was no mention of dates in the original cartoon because Americans don't understand dates. Oh. They understand bread and pastries and burgers.
That is correct.
I'm American, by the way.
Am I American? I don't know. Yes, I am.
Technically,
I have a passport.
Jasmine already out, I wrote.
Jasmine what?
She's already out of the palace. Like, wasn't there that scene with the birds or whatever? And she decided to sneak out. We see her sneak out, but yeah, in this version, she's already out.
Also, she's a very dumb Jasmine. Like, for being so smart later on and, like, showing, like, I know maps and things, and what do you know?
Definitely
she's
not speechless.
Definitely not speechless. She's dumb, because she wears silks, like a silk dress and a bracelet, and...
You don't find silk very fashionable.
No, it's not that it's very fashionable. I don't think it's fashionable for poor people in Agrabah to be running around. And
she's like,
Aladdin...
what do poor people wear?
I guess silk. It's my cheapest dress. This is my cheapest dress. It's silk and white.
It has minimal gold lining. That's
it's just... It's completely white with colors and gold. I think poor people will understand this.
I wrote... I wrote, cut her hand off.
Right!
Cut her hand off. It's like they don't know what the penalty is.
The bracelet,
for
instead
stealing.
of offering to cut off her hand. Like, what? So PG, man.
It's so PG.
I thought they were gonna...
It's like way more intense that he rescues her from her hand being chopped off.
From, like, her bracelet being taken away.
Then he's like, hey, I'm gonna call the guards and they're gonna arrest you.
Ooh. What is happening? I wrote down parkour.
Me too!
Parkour!
I just wrote down parkour with an exclamation mark.
Not joking.
Oh my god.
Evidence. I got evidence.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed Aladdin. Assassin's Creed Agrabah.
That would make for a good Assassin's Creed.
I would play it.
I'd play shit out of it.
I played the Super Nintendo Aladdin game so much, and that, you know what the penalty is for stealing? Guy, he was a boss. Mm-hmm. You had to jump on his head 3 times.
Oh, wow.
3 times.
3 times.
And after each time you jumped on his head, he tried to slash you with his sword. Not very PG.
Not very PG. And now they really, with these movies, they decide to be PG.
Yeah.
No, sir. But still, like, there was, despite all the parkour, there was such bad pacing in those chase scenes. For me, I felt like it was more, it was smoother in the animated version. I completely understand that some of these things are going to be smoother with animation. But I still felt like it was very, like, there was no risk in these chase scenes. I didn't feel the risk.
No.
Maybe it's because they were jumping from, like, very, like, low place to low place.
But also,
like, parkour.
You know what a big problem is? Is that I noticed they slowed down some of the footage.
And then they used fast motion. Yes.
It was so ugly. It was so ugly.
Bad. It was so bad. I also wrote that down. Like, why the fast motion? Like, you slow it down and you fast pace it up. And they don't look like they're running faster. It just looks like they're, like, you know, like those black and white movies.
It looks like they're sped up.
Yeah, like vaudeville almost. Like, what?
But if you change stuff, okay, there's stuff that they change in this that I don't mind that much. But you have the storyboard available. It's in the cartoon. It came out in the 90s. For the choreography for that scene. I just don't understand why you would choose to do something worse. Like, maybe Guy Ritchie was like, I'm putting my own spin on it. Yeah, but don't you see that it's ugly? It's ugly.
Don't you see? Do you watch this movie?
I'm sure he did.
Well, I'm sure he did and went like, oh, this is fine. Totally.
Yeah, I think
Love it.
Choreography weird, slowed down, felt way less epic than the cartoon. I guess epic is a weird word to use for that scene, but I don't know how else to put it. It just felt like the scale was lessened, which
like
is weird for
the buildings. Like
like there's a part where he climbs onto this. I don't even know what you call it, like a stick platform, and the guards like shake it and knock it down.
Oh.
That would have been cool. That would have added the sense of danger that you were talking about, but it wasn't here. He was just parkouring. Sometimes it looked okay.
Jumping, and
mostly
sometimes it was like you know, if they jump a little higher, they'll catch you. You know.
Yeah.
So, why are you jumping on low things? And I don't know.
The guards are like, I don't know how to jump.
Ugh.
Oh no!
Oh no!
My only weakness.
No.
The next thing I wrote down is Jasmine's a cutie. She's a real cutie in this movie.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think the actress, what's her name? Scott?
Naomi Scott.
Naomi Scott, correct. Yeah. I think she's beautiful. I was telling you she's British.
Yeah.
From, I think she's Gujarati descent. But, yeah, she's beautiful.
But also, her line delivery, like, I'm never cringing. Same with Aladdin. I think one of the main strengths of this movie is the main good guys, at least.
The main actors,
Aladdin,
like the
Jasmine, and Genie.
Yeah.
They're all charismatic. They're all charming.
Yeah. I was impressed. Yes,
Yeah.
I was impressed by, because Aladdin did feel you closed your eyes a little bit and like pretended for a second. He did sound like Aladdin.
Definitely.
And
he was well cast.
So is she. Well, she's a different version of Jasmine, as we see more towards the end. But not that the other Jasmine wasn't cunning and smart. I think she was just cunning and smart in her own way. She never
felt, I mean, I know he saves her from the hand thing, but she never felt like an annoying damsel.
No,
like,
no. She wasn't.
Yeah, she gets saved twice in that movie, probably, but it didn't feel like she existed to be rescued.
No, not necessarily. And there was a part where she was trying to save herself.
Oh, yeah.
In the original.
Mm-hmm. When she's, like, breaking out of the hourglass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also when she, like, wears the crown. But I'll talk later about sex
suggestion. Yeah, when she's seducing Jafar to get an upper hand.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool.
That was cool, but I guess not for today's standards.
Well, she's speechless.
She's
not speechless. I didn't understand the movie. I wrote down that this feels like a straight-to-streaming movie, but it isn't. Too much green screen.
Yeah, I jumped to the scene of Jafar in the prison when we first see... Well, not exactly when we first see him, but when we first see the character of Jafar, like actually meet him. Why does he smell the guys in the prison?
He smelled them?
He smells them.
He's so
he goes like,
fucking weird.
I hate this version of Jafar.
I hate him so much.
I besides the genie in the animated version, my other favorite thing was Jafar. That was so sneaky and such a son of a bitch. And here it just feels like, Jasmine.
And his voice just really like cut through the noise.
Yes.
This guy sounds like he's trying to be nefarious.
But doesn't come off that way.
Yeah, like he didn't finish acting class.
Oh my god, no.
Yeah, so I feel like
bad because I've seen him, I think I've seen him in other movies and he's not
like
that
fine
actor.
in those. Yeah, he's just not a larger than life villain, I guess.
No,
But we took notes at the same time, I feel, because right as you brought that up, I was about to read that I wrote, fucking Jafar, I swear. I hate his hat and his acting. Don't like his hat.
I don't.
He also didn't have the tweedly little goatee, which, obviously that's a nitpick, but...
Yeah, but
it just made him look even more generic than he sounded.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen him... Oh, I remember when I've seen him in The Old Guard. That's where I've seen him. And he was pretty good in The Old Guard. He was... I don't know if you've seen The Old Guard.
The Old Guard?
The movie with...
No, I haven't.
Oh, what's her name? With, Charlize Theron and other people. But, he's in it, anyway, and he's...
Oh, Mad Max.
No. He's pretty good, but this is not his best role, I think. Especially with such a... Oh, really? Especially with such an important Disney villain. Like, really, you could have done better,
so
Disney.
Sad.
What the fuck, Disney?
I hope they do better with Ursula.
Oh, gosh. Well, Ursula's gonna be, I know her face.
Oh, no. Is it Melissa McCarthy?
Yes.
I thought that was a rumor.
Oh, I thought that's... I saw a thing on the internet. The internet must be right. It was a casting...
Was it We Got This Covered? Because they
What?
always have the best scoops, the most real scoops.
No, it came out at Investor Week. It was one of those things that came out at Investor Week. And it was the girl that we've always known was going to be... What's her name? Oh, gosh.
By the way, I was kidding before. If you're subscribed to We Got This Covered, please message me and I'll kill myself.
But no, the point is they've been cast already, and Megan, what's her name?
Megan
McCarthy?
Oh, Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy. So I changed everyone's
Fox?
names. Fox?
Yeah.
No, I changed everyone's names. I apologize.
It's okay.
Yeah, she's supposed to be Ursula, and I think that guy from Hamilton, the one that plays...
Alexander Hamilton.
No. The one that plays Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, yeah.
Thomas Jefferson's
Oh, what's he doing?
Sebastian.
Cool.
You mean that?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, yeah. Because I like him. He was the only one I was like, oh, I like that guy. Yeah. Yeah, he has actual theater training. Cool.
Under the sea.
I don't know. We'll see.
I know we differ here, but I actually liked Iago.
No.
Thought he could be funny sometimes.
Yeah, as a parrot, I guess. He's a funny parrot. Polly, you want a cracker? That's what I.
Parrots offended all over the world.
Parrots listening
for
to this podcast.
Parrot.
Like, wow, for a parrot, really? Specious.
Learn more words, idiots.
I don't know. I think I still have my beef with Jafar. My thing was like, this guy isn't Jafar. I kept throughout the movie. It's like the same thing with Lion King and Scar. Like, this guy isn't Scar. Scar is Jeremy Irons.
Yeah.
And what is this? No, I don't want it. I don't need it. I don't care for it.
Yeah. Who was it? Who played him? Oh, Chiwetel Ejiofor. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but
Yes.
the bad guy in Serenity.
Correct.
Baron Mordo.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he's also a good actor. These are all good actors. The problem is that one thing is having good actors, another thing is casting them right. Just because you have a good actor doesn't mean he goes well with this role or he will interpret this role as the audience is expecting it. And it's not even... One thing is when it's a completely original story, you can play with that and let the actor do whatever he wants. But another thing, it's when it's a remake of something that people hold very close to their heart. And
maybe it was the director's choice to take Jafar in that direction because he is a bit different. He used to be a thief, apparently, who worked his way up.
Oh, Jafar in this movie?
It's like, what's the difference between stealing bread and country or whatever?
Whatever.
And Aladdin's like, that's a huge fucking difference, actually.
What?
Never stolen
That's called
a country.
coup, I believe. I haven't gone to school,
What are
but
you,
I
the
believe.
Vizier? I'm turning you in. I mean, they will arrest me, but this is serious.
This is serious. This is democracy. I actually don't know if Agrabah was a democracy.
Also,
but...
you want a lamp? You might be an insane man, also.
Oh God, mosquitoes. But yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about. I mean, I wrote. Wow, this guy sounds like Aladdin. I didn't like. No, I guess they added some stuff like, oh, my mother taught me that. Taught me that song, like the one that I think Jasmine is playing in the instrument. He's like, oh, I know that song from my mom. Me too. It's like I call it their Martha moment, but I think that was just me being mean.
No, yeah, that was fine.
That was fine.
That was fine.
But I did think that Agrabah did feel like a set.
Yes.
It felt too much
or
like a set.
Or like they were, hanging out in an Unreal Engine construct.
Yeah, I don't... Which is odd because it's not this director's first movie where the characters have to go through a city.
No.
Like Sherlock Holmes. I don't know if Sherlock Holmes was actually shot in London or...
It doesn't look like it.
But
it's been a while.
It's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah.
We've changed as people and as viewers since we've seen movies like that. But...
I mean, the city does look like a showcase for like, wow, the PS5 is good. I wrote down, wow, Aladdin is really smart. He built a retractable stairway.
Oh yeah, what?
And a pulley system
damn,
to lift all the his tent.
The wonder
basically.
of parachute engineering.
And it's like that never comes into play again.
No.
So he's brilliant. He's basically a magician thief. Mm-hmm. And he jumps like he's in Assassin's Creed.
But also so dumb for some other things. It's when the plot is convenient for him to be...
I mean, when he's pretending to be a prince, he's dumb.
He's so dumb. I think, that's part of what the genie took away.
He was really charming when he was just a street rat.
But I guess that's the whole point.
That's the whole point, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it. Just,
no.
Yeah, pointing it out.
And I don't know, just some other points of, Prince Andrews... being Swedish or not Swedish, I don't know, Nordic or...
What was that?
I wasn't sure what he was supposed to be.
What do you call that?
Was he like a Scandinavian prince or...
You didn't see Maniac on Netflix, right?
Maniac?
Yeah.
No, not sure.
So that same guy, he was in Maniac. He played the brother of Jonah Hill, and he peed on his coworker.
What? Why is that?
What do you mean?
I just wanted to know if you were going with
spoilers for Maniac.
Okay.
I wrote that
I'm
the
gonna-
music cues are correct. It feels like Aladdin.
Mm-hmm.
Like the.
At first, I first thought the Sultan was not funny, but then I was like, okay, I guess this isn't animated, so it would have been silly.
Yeah, that
to
bothered
make
me
it...
the first time. Actually.
Yeah, I was like, huh? He's like actually not a caricature.
In the cartoon, the Sultan was a cutie pie.
And he's like,
He was just
running
like a
around,
little.
like so tiny and
He was like a human peep.
that you can't eat, but you want to.
He's like so short, you wanted to pick him up and just like, mwah. Gonna tuck
Is that
you
what you
in.
do with short people?
Just like on the head.
Oh, I see.
You little scamp. Go run Agrabah.
As a short person, I don't
Appreciate.
I don't know if I'm okay with that.
Okay. The door's that way.
Oh. But I also thought that Jafar's snake staff looks so lame.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
It did look like a prop.
It totally looks like a prop. It looks like one of those props where it's hollow inside. You know? Like if you hit it against something, you would be able to hear the inside.
Like plastic, like
yeah.
tuk, 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 tuk.
It just it was kind of ugly.
And then there's a pop ballad.
Aladdin knows a lot about trade.
Oh yeah, it's like the silk merchants that come in, and I was like, wow,
you're
he's
so smart too.
so smart, damn.
What's
Wow.
wrong with you exactly? You have good teeth as well.
Mm.
Looks like being a street rat has treated you well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thought
but
you'd be more malnourished.
next to that, I mentioned this already, but yeah, he's pretty charming actually.
Mm-hmm.
The street rat scene, you know, you were born a street rat, you will die a street rat.
Oh.
It's worse in this version.
Yeah.
Because he like moves the kid out of the way of the horse, and then the guy delivers that street rat line poorly, and Aladdin's like, whatever. But it's worse in this version because Aladdin has way too much dignity. Like, you don't feel bad for him at all. Like, he did the right thing, moving a kid out of the way. In the cartoon, he gets pushed in the mud, and then he's like, you were born a street rat, you'll die a street rat.
Yeah,
and,
and it's like,
damn,
oh,
that
God.
sucks. But here, he's just like...
Oh, whatever, kicks the mud and walks away.
Just a little too
clean.
cool. Just a little too cool.
Yeah.
Raja looks good.
Who?
Raja.
Raja? Is that the BFF?
No, the tiger.
Oh, the tiger. Jesus Christ.
Well, in a way, yeah.
Yeah, it does look good. They did a really good job. I mean, they do have experience now with making CGI animals.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't mad about it. Yeah,
Not bad.
whatever.
Okay.
But the BFF though, the handmaid
Dahlia.
or Dahlia. Oh, that's her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer the original because I felt like in the original Jasmine was able to realize or come to the realization of things and like arrive to her own conclusions like all on her own.
Yeah.
She didn't need like someone else to bounce ideas off. And so I guess that's why I say like the other Jasmine was like smart and clever in her own way.
Right.
Like, she could do things on her own. Didn't really need someone else to be like
BFF to talk
like
about
a
boys.
BFF. It's like maybe it's that. It's like what?
Yeah. I wrote down Jasmine's friend, and in quotes, feminism is cool, but have you tried dick? That's what that whole first conversation is. She's like, yeah, but why can't I lead? How come I have to marry someone? And her friend's like, well, he's pretty cute, actually.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to talk to your husband. What are you talking about? And
Yeah,
Jasmine's
talk
like,
to him.
what the fuck are you saying to me? If I had a choice in friends, you would not be here.
Yeah, and I did feel, all of a sudden, I felt like it was turning into a romantic comedy.
It was.
Yeah.
We both wrote down it was Hitch.
Yeah, it was Hitch. It was basically Hitch.
But I did like that scene where Aladdin breaks in, and he has that awkward exchange with Jasmine and her friend.
Mm-hmm. So princess.
He said something that, I don't know, kind of confused me. He was like, if you don't have anything, you have to act like you own everything. And I was like the gif of that woman doing math.
What?
Is that, like... Okay. He just means you have to be confident?
I don't...
Like, even if you have nothing, you at least have to...
Pretend, like... Well, it's his version of fake it till you make it.
Yeah, fake it till you make it.
Which
he finds out is not the way to go.
Yeah, it's called foreshadowing.
What?
Ugh.
What is... Oh.
Nani.
What is that? Yeah, but I wrote down after that, Jasmine is charming too.
Oh yeah,
we
already talked about that.
Yeah, we already talked about that.
Well, she's pretty. We talked about she's pretty, but she is charming.
But this is the scene where I really noticed when her friend was like, "Why are you being weird?" And that made me laugh. And she was like, trying to be the princess. She was like, "It is good to be me with all my palaces and wagons and gold things." And Jasmine turns like to the side and she's like, "Wrap it up." I thought that was really well done.
I just wrote down, I guess that we're moving scenes where I say, I miss Jafar's old man glamour.
Yeah.
That's all I wrote. Because I like when they throw, like, I thought that was really cool when they throw him in a dungeon and there's this, like, old man trying to get him out and take him to the Cave of Wonders, and you're like, oh my god, it's actually Jafar. That was fun.
Yeah,
because
I miss the
Jafar
old man disguise.
was fun in that movie and not a dick.
What do you mean?
He was fun in the
really,
other movie.
He was really, really good. He was really good.
In this one?
Yeah. I dug
Incorrect.
Yeah. So, since we're moving about...
In the Cave of Wonders, I think CGI gold will never look as shiny as animated gold, I guess.
Yeah, I said too dark.
Yeah, the Cave of Wonder was so dark.
I thought maybe it helps to hide the green screen, I guess, but it just... I wish it didn't make it look... it doesn't look like a Cave of Wonders.
Yeah, I felt like not... So many scenes were, like, too dark and not...
And too basic. Like, where was the Melty statue?
Yeah.
I liked that Melty statue. Why? It's nitpicky, but I don't know. It was cooler. Mm-hmm. It was cooler than just Abu picking up a ruby. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
I agree. And this is where the CGI, I keep noticing the CGI. After that, it's like, oh, this... like, Will Smith... CGI Will Smith will haunt my dreams for a while. The
head really did look out of place on the body sometimes. Yeah,
and it was just like his face. It was like, that's why I preferred, sometimes when he would turn back into Will Smith, I was like, oh, thank God, like, it's over. The pain is over, because otherwise it's just looking at, like, this uncanny valley straight into the eyes.
But weirdly, when he was in the cave, he looked worse than when he was in the harsh desert lighting. Oh. I thought his skin somehow blended better with itself when they were out in the light.
I don't know what kind of magic they were doing there, but but then again, I just hope they get better at it. Lies. But I meant Disney. They'll get better at it.
They'll get better.
I've noticed the improvement in Star Wars. The Star Wars, how would you call that technique? Yep. How would you call it though? Deep fake? No, it's not deep fake.
Well, in a way. But you mean the de-aging technology?
De-aging.
But also, they're not really de-aging the original actors.
No.
Okay, so they're digital recreations. They're getting better at those, yeah.
Yes, like Star Wars is getting better at digital recreation, so I only hope that if they keep doing, apparently they will do more live action movies, they'll get better at this CGI characters, but for now...
they will. It's inevitable.
I just thought it wasn't...
I really like that Aladdin looks rightfully impressed when Genie makes Abu play the kazoo. Oh. He's starting the Friend Like Me song, but he just has Abu play the kazoo and sings a little, and then he's like, that was tight, right? He's like, I'm just kidding. I'll do the song now.
Yeah. Oh, I have a question.
Yeah,
Do you
so-
remember, like, was holding the lamp rule a thing in the original?
Which, that you have to rub the lamp?
Like, yeah, hold the lamp while you're telling your wish?
I don't think so. No.
Right?
I think the way he tricked him was he just, like, he was like, I bet you couldn't get us out of here.
Oh, yeah. It was more of him. It's more him. Well, this is similar of, like, a type of tricking.
Well, this was more blatant tricking. Because it wasn't as smooth. He was just, like, I wish, and for whatever reason, a genie who's had 1,000 years to think about this wasn't like, hey, you're not holding the lamp.
Exactly.
Don't try to pull that shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought so too. Because I remember, like, I don't think this was, like, that rule was the thing. And I felt it was smoother in the original. But yeah. And actually, that whole thing of, like, oh, I bet you can't get us out of here feels more in character. And it even connects with the end when he's like, oh, are you actually all powerful? You're not. Like, you're a sorcerer, but you're not even, like, he tricks, again, like, the greatest sorcerer on Earth, quote unquote, into becoming a genie and, like,
yeah,
and wishing to be a genie. Like, it, in a way, connects to him, like, having these skills, and those skills is what actually saves the day.
it's a good point.
But
they also set it up in this movie. They just set it up slightly different.
Yeah, slightly different.
Yeah.
But not in this. He's still a smooth talker.
I like the joke where Genie's introducing himself, and he's like, you can interrupt me if you're confused. I'm kidding. Never interrupt me.
You like that joke, yeah. Yeah, I feel like this Genie had a different flavor, obviously.
Yeah.
But, you know, more Will Smith and Robin Williams.
He was way more judgmental.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, in 10,000 years, I've never been more
I've
embarrassed.
never...
Get your shit together.
Yeah, but it was still charming. Well,
Yeah.
it's Will Smith saving the day, saving the movie again.
Well, I felt like right off the bat, pretty much, their first conversation in the desert, I already felt like they were friends. Like, it was a nice feeling. Like, I'm not even saying, oh, it's too soon, it's unearned. It was just, it was cool to see them hanging out.
You were
They
like,
were just,
I want a friend like Will Smith.
yeah, two cool people talking.
Yeah, and I enjoyed this Genie. I came into this movie thinking I was gonna hate it for sure.
Me too.
Like, all of it. I still don't particularly
I'm
love
surprised.
this movie.
I think
But
I
I was
liked it more
surprised.
than you, yeah.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by some of the things.
I thought I was gonna hate it more than you, but
Mm-hmm.
just quick note. So Genie can't bring people back from the dead, but he can create life? Remember when Aladdin's like, can you make me a prince? And he's like, there's a lot of wiggle room there.
Oh,
And a guy just appears.
like a prince appears.
Yeah.
Or didn't he? I thought it was more of. I think the prince was like an actual prince that he just like brought here.
But then he would have been confused as hell. But he was
Yeah.
just funny immediately. He
Oh,
was
yeah,
like,
he
y'all
was-
see my palace?
Yeah. The modern references don't bother me because the original has very modern references.
Yeah, and also
All the
it's
time. And it's
so
fun.
goofy. It's just
so fun.
it's a
Yeah, that's
magic fairy tale, whatever. Genie can see through time. Who cares?
Yeah, it's time and space. He's
Yeah.
all-knowing, all-seeing. He's God.
Did you ever hear that theory? That in the cartoon, Agrabah actually takes place in the future?
After the end of civilization.
Yeah, there was an
I think I've
apocalypse.
heard that,
yeah,
yeah.
which is why Genie can make so many modern references because
So
they're
they're
not
actually
modern, they're
90s.
ancient.
Oh, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Oh, my.
Is that I'm not sure if that's the same apocalyptic reality where the AI from Toy Story takes over.
No,
Anyways,
that's scary. Moving on. That's some Westworld shit.
how about that?
How about that? My next notes are more into like the dance. I thought that the whole song was fine. The Prince Ali, mighty is he. It was fine. I
enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I think it was one of their better choreographed ones that had like less CGI. Because it was just a bunch of people dancing, but also, I'm not gonna lie, the drop the beat drop that he
Oh.
that he gives later when he's like, "I'm waiting for you.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
gonna go until." I
Yeah.
got chills. It was a good drop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I liked it. It was fine. No, it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
I guess I just like the original.
Abu transforming is kind of horrifying
Oh,
in
yeah.
live action.
It's like
He's like watching himself change, and he like kind of like whines in pain after he's an elephant. It's like, Jesus Christ.
too real.
This
Too
is
real,
actually
man.
disgusting when he's not a cartoon.
No. But I thought the scene when he's like introducing himself was very funny. Like I actually laughed.
Yeah, me too.
Like laughed for real.
That was one of the more laughy scenes in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
Got a
Oh,
good
it is.
chuckle out of people.
Yeah, I did not see it on theater.
Yeah.
In theaters, but yeah, it was funny. It was charming. Will Smith was great, and so was the actor that plays Aladdin.
Yeah.
He was great in that movie. I mean, in the movie, yes.
In this movie.
But in that scene,
Yeah.
in,
I
in
like how
particular.
they came up with the Prince Ali name. He was like, "What am I called?" He was like, "Prince Ali." From where? It's like, didn't you hear me, Ababwa?
They have good chemistry.
They
I'll
do,
say that.
yeah.
I mean, Aladdin and the genie have great chemistry in this
Mhm.
movie.
They're trying.
Yeah, definitely. Later in that scene where the party scene, when I was like, oh, this is definitely Hitch.
Yeah.
At first I thought the dance was a bit unnecessary and maybe a bit too much, but I watched it again and kind of liked it.
Yeah.
It was fun. And it had like this kind of like obviously it's not Bollywood, but it I don't know why it reminded me to some Bollywood movies.
They're trying to evoke
that
it.
I've
I mean, there was a
seen. It
Bollywood
kinda-
dance at the end. In the
Yeah,
credits.
oh yeah, in the theater
It
troupe
was like a
ending, you mean?
Bollywood freestyle. Like, freestyle's not what I mean. I mean breakdancing almost,
Mhm.
because the actor, I'm not sure if that was the Aladdin actor or a stunt guy, but
Mm-hmm.
he had to pull off those moves while at the same time looking like he was being puppeted by a genie.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was impressive.
Oh, it
like
was good
It was
choreography,
a little bit of a
definitely.
drunken master thing going
Mm-hmm.
on.
Yeah, when I watched it again, I was like, oh, this is actually fun.
Mhm.
I maybe when I watched it the first time, I was like, oh, another dance scene. But it was because when you see it all the way through, it's like in the end. You remember that ending? You know, after the real ending, it's like, I don't know. That ending felt more like you know those awkward like groovy curtain calls on like edgy theater groups, your
Yeah.
local edgy theater group, and they're like, hey, and they're like dancing and like jumping around because they're edgy and whatever. I don't know. You're looking at me with this weird face, but
No, yeah, I guess I don't know where you're coming from.
maybe I've seen
Hanging
too
you out
much
to dry.
local theater.
I think you're making that up.
I think you're incorrect. Well, never mind.
Anyways.
What? We already talked about A Whole New World. Yeah. It was good, but at the same time, to listen to.
Yeah,
Not to look at.
it was lovely.
I don't know why they change the fact that Iago steals the lamp. I don't know if it's because in this, Iago is more of a parrot than an actual character.
Maybe they wanted to make Jafar cool.
But no. doesn't
Guy
work.
Ritchie has like a weird obsession.
With thieves and
Yeah, with
sleight
like
of hands. And,
yeah, thieves, sleight of hands, like poor men making their way through the city.
Yeah. Or like hiding in, disguises, which we've seen before in like Sherlock Holmes disguising himself.
Also, I think that King Arthur movie that he did, it was the same thing. King Arthur was basically Aladdin.
Oh yeah, I was gonna watch it and then I didn't.
Yeah, you should do
And
Robin
then I was like,
Hood.
nah.
He seems like he wants to do Robin Hood.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because there haven't been like a million movies about Robin
I
Hood.
haven't seen one.
Really? Not even the one that came out in the 90s?
I don't think there ever was one. Kevin Costner never played him. there was never a fox that was Robin Hood.
God, that's the best Robin Hood in my opinion.
Well, there was never the actual best version with Wesley from Princess Bride.
The real Robin Hood was
Men in
Wesley.
tights.
The Men in Tights. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. That's so good.
Yeah.
But, no, my favorite Robin Hood is a fox Robin Hood.
Okay. Fair enough. Oh, you're one of those.
Moving on. Another power ballad happens. But I feel like I'm jumping. I don't know if you want to talk about...
I mean, we're reaching the end anyways. We're making our way there. We're, like, stumbling back and forth, but whatever.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on Jasmine's power ballad scenes?
Like some other songs in the movie, it sounds fine. I think the visuals are ugly. Like, I think it's the one scene that's a little cringe.
Mm-hmm.
How she's, like, just, like, screaming.
Oh, yeah.
And walking. It's just the most...
And, like, stopping time.
And, like, the camera spinning around her.
Magician.
But when the camera spins, it makes it more obvious that where you're at is actually a set.
Mm-hmm.
Like, something about it is off.
The palace looks like a set.
So,
Agrabah looks like it's in a green screen.
Yeah.
No,
whatever, you know, it doesn't bother me that much.
And then everything's in slow motion.
I
don't
look
care
that good. Yeah.
for the song. I guess it's a movie for this version of Jasmine. Like, it's a... What did I say? It's a song. It's a movie. It's a song that represents this type of Jasmine that they're showing. This version of Jasmine. But I didn't care for it. It didn't feel like it was part of the soundtrack, though. To me.
But again, maybe that's because we've seen the original.
We've seen the original, but... No, maybe, yeah. But
maybe.
At the same time, I thought it felt out of place with the rest of the songs.
Yep.
But maybe it's because it's just my perception.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what's happening here?
I can't tell you what's happening. All I know is that I won't go speechless.
Yeah. Maybe I just missed... I don't know.
A speechless.
Speechless.
All I know is I won't.
I was going for a Lady
Go.
Gaga. Okay. I was gonna. I wrote I know this might be sexist, but I miss Sexy Jasmine. You know when she's
Thank
like.
you.
I
miss Sexy Jasmine too.
And I said okay for me to say it. Is that why you said thank you?
Yeah, no, I'm glad. I didn't write that down. I didn't even really think about it.
But I was like, where is she in the red?
Yeah, in the red and using her.
But then again, she's in chains. Maybe you could have taken that out, but
totally.
But
she was like using
for so many wardrobe changes that this Jasmine has. Why not add that one?
Totally.
I think it's like her best costume. Then again, in the animated movie, she never changes clothes except in that, so it's different. But I thought that scene was cool. I guess because it's a cool version of Jafar. I don't know. I felt in the original, they showed how bad he could go, like how evil he was in that scene, like how power hungry he truly was. You know, because you see what his true intentions are. But in this one, it was just like, ha! I got you!
He did get them. He
did get them.
Wow.
And it's like, I wish to be Sultan. No, I wish to be the greatest sorcerer.
I wish. Jasmine, in the cartoon, you brought this up. She uses, like, her sexuality.
I guess, yeah. Let's go with that.
Yeah, let's go with that. What word would you use? Because that's not the word I wanted to use. She tries to be seductive. But
yeah, her powers of seduction.
She's trying to... Oh, well, wasn't the thing that she was pretending that the genie's wish worked to make her love him?
Yes, because
Yeah.
the genie can't make anyone fall in love
Right.
with you. And yeah, she was
What
pretending
does she
the
try
wish
to do?
worked.
Stab him? Does she have a knife behind her back, or am I imagining that?
Might have. I don't know if she was trying to steal the lamp.
Can you imagine if that's how the movie ended?
Yeah.
She jabs him in the throat, and he's like,
Oh, that would be awesome, actually. Way better movie. No?
Robin Williams' genie is like, oh. He's never seen anything not PG. Genie, I wish you to forget this ever happened. It's like,
Oh, God. We went dark.
yeah, we did. All right. Anyways,
This is Disney. Remember?
I wrote down Jafar, small wiener. He's like too obsessed. He's just like he needs to be the most powerful. I get it. He had a bad upbringing where he was poor.
Mm-hmm.
He was just a common thief who did
Gone bad.
excellent, perfect sleight of hand.
Until
Chris
he made
Angel
it to
level.
Vizier.
Vizier.
Jesus
Mhm.
Christ. English, no good. No good.
Hairless Aladdin chest.
Oh, wow.
The most accurate thing in the movie.
Yeah, it's so smooth.
So smooth.
Like a
so
dolphin.
babies. And they
Damn.
showed it for so much of the movie.
Yeah. A lot of V-necks in there. Or more than V-necks. They were very deep
Goodness.
V-necks. Oh, wow. Fanning myself here. Also, it's hot.
It is hot.
And
We're almost done, then we can turn on the AC.
And I don't know. I guess I don't know if I like the fact that Jasmine becomes the Sultan in the end.
Sure.
Nah.
Sure.
Feminism.
We did it, everyone.
We did it. So everyone
I mean, mostly she's been talking about boys with her bestie.
yeah.
But she is Sultan now, so.
So it kind of reminded me of The Boys. It's like girls get it done.
Girls do get it done.
I love that scene.
That was excellent.
Oh, that's a good scene. Oh yeah, but anyway.
Yeah, it's so good.
I'm obviously that's an amazing scene towards the end. But I mean
Yeah.
the VOD campaign of like girls get it done.
Yeah.
That's why. And the thing is that they are kind of a little bit making
Taking a jab at
Marvel and Disney. They do have VOD Plus in that world, so
Although,
definitely Disney.
Mandalorian, there was an all-women fight scene in the
Yeah,
last
I
episode.
noticed. I
and
noticed.
I didn't notice at all.
I noticed.
But I feel like
After a
that's
few
how
minutes.
you do it. Like, it's so ingrained into what's
Mhm,
happening
it's so
that it doesn't
smooth.
feel forced at all.
Yeah, I noticed, but after a few minutes of it, that I was like, huh, it's all the women. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But anyways, let's
But it
finish up
wasn't-
Aladdin.
No, but I guess the opposite of that is it
Endgame?
Endgame when they all come up like dun, 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 dun,
Okay,
you
that
know.
was weird to you, right?
That was weird to me.
'Cause I
was like
mentioned
it was like yeah, cool, and then it was like oh
I mentioned it
I
to
see
a
what
friend,
they're doing.
and she was like, if it was all men in that scene, you wouldn't have thought it was weird. And I was like, yeah, okay, I guess.
No, yeah,
But then the more I thought about it, they were spread out across the battlefield.
and then they
So it really actually would have been weird if Ant-Man and Thor and Captain America just all rolled up in the same spot. It's like,
yeah.
where were you?
Yeah, why? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there were.
It was pandering.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I. At first I saw it and I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah, cool.
And because it's a cool
They
shot.
also didn't do anything. It's just
Exactly.
that shot.
They didn't do anything. I was a bit mad afterwards because I was like, I thought they were going to start beating the shit out of people, and that didn't happen. Unlike The Boys, where
Yeah.
all the women get together and they start beating the shit out of this, the
The
villain.
person that you want to
You
see
want to see
get the
beat
shit
up.
kicked out of them more than
Exactly, and you're like, oh, this is awesome. Like, that's how you do it.
And they're like speaking for the audience. They're like, you Nazi bitch.
You Nazi bitch. Like, that's awesome. But in this one, it's like they just show up like for the picture. Like, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
It felt like they showed up for the picture.
They showed
and
up
then
for the YouTube thumbnails.
It felt like exactly. It felt like one of these when like the like a government agency or like even like the mayor's office, they show up for the picture, like cutting the rope, the rope, and they're like, yeah.
Yep.
And then they all leave and it's over. It kind of felt like that.
And they
felt a bit empty when you, like, if you see Captain Marvel and the Wasp and who else was there?
Pepper.
Pepper in the suit and
what's her name from Wakanda? Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, like when you see
women.
all of these women together, you want to see
Valkyrie.
Yeah, Valkyrie. You want to see shit getting done. You know, you don't want it to be like dun dun dun, and then there's like, the background music, and then it's like.
Yeah, there it is. Girls get it done.
Girls get it done.
It'd be funny. They all stand for the picture, and then they break, like go in their separate directions, and Peter's like on the ground, still dying.
Poor Peter. But.
Anyways, we got
Anyways, back
sidetracked.
to Aladdin.
Yeah.
We got sidetracked, but I wrote, get it? The genie and the handmaiden are the people in the beginning.
Wait, what?
Full circle, man.
Whoa!
But I just thought I already said how I didn't
whatever.
care
Who cares?
for that. And I did write the dance number in the end. I guess maybe you didn't get my theater troupe reference, but maybe like Shrek. It felt like Shrek.
Oh,
Shrek in the end?
Yeah.
They start dancing and it's like, oh, okay. Can you stop?
And the donkey singing.
Yeah. Yeah. One comment. Why does Disney Plus have a warning that this movie has product placements? Do you remember seeing any product placements?
Wait, there was a warning?
Yeah, you know that they show off in the corner, like, and there was a warning of product placement. Yeah, I didn't see a product placement.
Okay, how do you do product placement?
Anyone listening
in
to this?
Agrabah?
I don't know. Anyone listening to this, please tell us where the product placements were, or if it's just a generic warning that Disney does.
Doesn't make any sense.
And the movie, at first I was like, oh, this movie's not, why is this not ending? But then I check it out, and it's because the original is an hour and 33 minutes, whereas this one is 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's longer. It's way longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But at the end, I just wanted to watch Aladdin. I was like, I just watch Aladdin. Want a little blankie and go back to sleep and watch Aladdin while I fall asleep.
But the original is better. But that being said, I had fun.
I also did keep while I was watching the movie, I kept doing the searching Wikipedia for the original movie. Like, did this happen? Wait, was that like that?
I wrote if you do a sequel. Which
I did write Return of Jafar here.
Yeah, I might be wrong, but I thought I heard they were doing that. I said, if you do a sequel, recast Jafar, I won't be mad.
I won't be mad either.
I promise. I won't be
promise.
mad.
Pinky promise. I won't be mad. At all.
Yeah, and the last thing that I wrote was OMG Genie Kids.
Genie Kids.
So, yeah, we already went over how that blew our collective minds.
Yeah, do they have genie powers? Does he keep his genie powers?
Oh my god, do they have genie? Are they like mutants?
I don't know. Half human, half genie.
Yeah.
This is unheard of. I didn't know genies could have kids. I don't know if the lore, is there anything in the folklore?
I'm not a genie. There's no place for me.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm done with humanity and their petty squabbles.
Jesus Christ.
This is the Watchmen prequel.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if they did that because this is a Will Smith genie, or because they just Guy Ritchie went like, oh, I'm gonna change this because I'm gonna be cool and different and edgy. TM.
He is all those things.
Okay. You say so.
Yeah, but the ending, like when he sets him free and they hug, it's nice. Like
No, it's
I
nice.
know. I get that this is like a cash grab. I get that it's playing on nostalgia, but it felt like it had enough heart where like I'm not really mad.
No.
You know, it felt pretty harmless.
No, it was harmless. It didn't, unlike Mulan, it didn't insult my feelings and kick my childhood in the nuts.
I think Mulan's the worst one, possibly, of the live
Then
action.
again, I haven't seen many of. I refused for a long time.
I haven't seen Cinderella.
Then again, Cinderella wasn't my favorite of the princesses when I was growing up. I didn't care for Cinderella.
Neither did I.
Except the scene with the fairy godmother.
But I heard it was good. It was directed by Kenneth Branagh.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. I've seen Ever After. I feel like that's my Cinderella movie. I don't need any other Cinderella movies. But I haven't seen many of the live action. Now I guess Lion King, Mulan, Aladdin. I'm tempted to watch Beauty and the Beast. So I can, I think I'm a glutton for punishment at this point. Keep like trying.
You're just satisfying your curiosity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in a very masochistic way.
I mean, they're more or less like this. It feels soundstagey and.
I've also.
They change stuff slightly.
I've heard that. What's it called? The Jungle Book was decent.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
But I did hear that my favorite song of the Jungle Book, my favorite one is "I Want to Be Like You." I know people like Bare Necessities, but I like.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, it's so jazzy. I love it.
Learn to be more somebody.
But I've heard that it's more depressed, like more toned down and.
But it is Christopher Walken.
Oh, I see.
As King Louis.
We'll see.
It's not bad. It's Jon Favreau directed it.
Yeah, I know, and he's become kind of like the king of live action CGI animals at this point.
He started with the technology he used for Mandalorian on The Lion King.
Oh wow.
Or I guess he started as far back as Jungle Book, because that is all on a soundstage, but it looks phenomenal. And I think it helps that there's a real person in it, rather than just animals like The Lion King.
Oh, the kid. Yeah. It kind of helps it. I'm sure I haven't seen it, obviously, but it might ground it a little bit more.
It does.
Than just looking at CGI animals interact with each other.
But, yeah, I don't have anything more to say on it, really.
No, neither do I.
I would give it a 7 out of 10. I think it's fun.
Oh, I would give it a 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Should we settle at 6 out of 10?
No, we don't have to combine scores.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's a 5 out of 10.
That was my first instinct, but I had enough fun that I would recommend it to children.
Children. Not adults. But then again, if you're I feel like it was a parent watching it with their kids, they'd still have fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's like, for kids, it's fine.
Well, maybe, depending on their tolerance for this kind of thing.
True.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Good stuff.
Well, anyway, thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye. Hey, you. Thanks for tuning in. There is a subscribe button. There is also a like button. I will allow either or both. Yeah, it's free for all, really. There's also a dislike button, but we don't gotta talk about that right now, if you know what I mean. Next episode, we're going to be talking about... What are we talking about? Wonder Woman. 1984. 1984. The year of our Lord. Pedro Pascal.